Hi, Arms here. Today I want to talk to you about Forza. That's right, Forza Motorsport. Now, collecting for Forza Motorsport has been a very, very interesting and somewhat a roller coaster ride over the years. What I can tell you is back in 2004 when Xbox announced Forza Motorsport, we didn't really know what to expect. We knew that a new studio called Turn 10 was making a motorsports simulation game, and they were using Gran Turismo as their inspiration. What you see in front of you are all the physical releases for Forza Motorsport. Now you'll notice that some of them, like 5 and 7, are in steelbooks. Some of the older releases, like 3 and 4, had full-fledged collector's edition. 6 got a collector's edition, but only in Australia. 2 only had a collector's edition outside the US. The first one never had any collector's edition at all, and the new one has no collector's edition at all either. The thing is that Forza Motorsport had some of the best collector's editions over the years and some of the most unique perks for buying it. These perks included cars, downloadable content, and things that made the game better. Now, Motorsport is focused on track racing primarily, with some fictional and real-world circuits as well. The amount of cars has grown, as well as the graphics. So let's take a look back at Forza Motorsport and how we got to where we are today.
Forza Motorsport was developed by Turn 10 Studios. It was announced at the Electronic Entertainment Expo in 2004. Development of the game took about 2.5 years, which is nothing these days, but the release was still delayed 3 times until it arrived on May 3rd, 2005 in North America, followed by an EU release on May 13th, 2005. At the time of release, developers said that they were targeting a Gran Turismo type game. The game itself has no limited or collector's edition, but it could be said that the big star of the show was Xbox Live. This was one of the first games that really marketed itself as an Xbox Live title, and it is obvious as to why. While the game is backwards compatible, but since the original Xbox Live has been long gone, the Xbox Live support does not work in the backwards compatibility. It is not currently supported by the Insignia Xbox Live replacement for OG Xbox, but System Link still works for local play. The game includes 9 classes of cars, with 231 cars. The game offers a mix of street, point-to-point, and original circuits. Some licensed circuits include Road America, Silverstone, Laguna Seca, and the Nürburgring Nordschleife. As for the technical details, the game runs at 480p and supports Dolby 5.1, as this game also introduced the base for what we now call the driver tar technology that has continued to be a part of the games going forward. Reviews of the titles were good, receiving high scores and significant praise from reviewers. Myself, I think it was a very good title for the time with Xbox, but we really didn't get going till Forza Motorsport 2 concentrates on circuit racing and no point-to-point races, which were featured in the original Forza Motorsport. Real-world tracks like Road Atlanta, Silverstone, Laguna Seca, Mugello, Sebring, Suzuka, and the Nürburgring Nordschleife are licensed and downloaded and were included. It is also one of the first games to prominently feature cars from the American Le Mans series. Many of those were available as downloadable content. There were 349 cars available, including the DLC for Forza Motorsport 2. They are divided into 6 production classes and 4 race classes. A number of pro race drivers do appear in the game, as well as a number of the developers from Turn 10. The Xbox 360 wireless racing wheel was developed alongside of Forza Motorsport 2 and is designed to work with the game. Professional racers play tested the wheel to aid in the development in an effort to try to realistically replicate motorsport racing. Forza Motorsport 2 does feature force feedback with the use of the Xbox 360 wireless wheel, and Forza Motorsport 2 runs at 60 frames a second at 720p, with replays running at 30 frames per second to accommodate additional After Effects. Forza Motorsport 2 was released in 3 editions: a regular edition, a limited collector's edition, and the Platinum Hits edition. The limited edition features a 157-page booklet containing a bunch of insider details on the games and tips on how to attain the game's achievements. Car manufacturer details also provided with the limited collector's edition, and it's really kind of cool because you also get the 3 limited edition cars, which are the Subaru Impreza, the Celine, and the Challenger Stradale. Various online game stores also offered bonus codes to unlock the Nissan 350Z, which was featured on promotional pictures with the pre-order purchases in many stores. Unfortunately, for many, the limited collector's edition was only available in Australia, Asia, Canada, and Europe, but not the United States. I have found, though, that the Canadian version does work in the US. But here's a collector's tip. If you're after Forza Motorsport 2, go with the Platinum Hits version that was released for the North American market back in August of 2008. This edition includes a bonus disc containing cars and tracks that were available as download content at the time of release. The cars of the limited collector's edition and the 350Z are also included. Forza Motorsport 3 arrived on October 27, 2009 in North America and was followed by a UK release on October 23, 2009. The game includes over 400 customizable cars, more than 500 in the Ultimate Collection version, from 50 car manufacturers, more than 100 racetrack variations, and the ability to race up to 8 cars on the track at a time. Forza Motorsport 3 is shipped on 2 discs, but only uses one for gameplay. The second disc serves as an installation disc, which contains extra vehicles, content, etc. The installation is 1.9 gigabytes in total, and Forza Motorsport 3 only supports 2 force feedback wheels, the Xbox 360 racing wheel and the Porsche 911 Turbo S wheel made by Fanatec. Forza Motorsport 3 has no support for System Link like previous versions. Forza Motorsport 3 features over 200 different events, including circles, ovals, drag, drift, and timed events. New to the circuit are a number of new tracks, and these join the best known Forza tracks that we have already grown to love. The game is rendered at 720p at 30 FPS, 60 FPS depending on the mode, with later versions improving both performance and resolution. The limited edition of Forza Motorsport 3 consisted of a Forza branded USB stick, a Forza branded keychain, a VIP membership for use in the online community and auction house and storefront, an exclusive pack of 5 cars, a Forza Motorsport theme for the Xbox 360 dashboard. And later, Microsoft released the Ultimate Edition cars that included the Stig's Garage Car Pack that was not available to those that purchased the limited edition version of the game. Forza Motorsport 4 is the 2011 racing game developed by Turn 10 Studios and published by Microsoft. Forza Motorsport 4 is the 4th installment in the Forza Motorsport series, and it is unique in the fact that it was the first Forza Motorsport game to support the Kinect sensor, alongside of the traditional controller for gameplay. It was released as a last Forza Motorsport game on the Xbox 360 platform, while Forza Motorsport 5 was a console exclusive for Xbox One. A technology demo for Forza Motorsport 4 was the first way that many were introduced to the idea of using the Kinect sensor and driving the car. Although it seemed to be a great idea at the time, I'm not sure that the Kinect driving ever took off as much as people might have liked. The game itself includes over 500 cars from 80 manufacturers, and it ran at 720p with 2x multi-sampled AA turned on and 30 and 60 FPS depending. A limited collector's edition for Forza Motorsport 4 included a steelbook case with the 2012 BMW M5 as the cover car. They received a VIP car pack, including the Bugatti Veyron Supersport, the Noble M600, a 10-car muscle car pack, including the Plymouth GTX 426 Hemi and the Chevrolet Nova SS, a pre-order exclusive bonus car, including the Koenigsegg, the Tesla Roadster, and a number of other cars were given away as launch day perks, alongside of a free download of the BMW M5 and a BMW theme for the Xbox dashboard. In addition to this, all collector's edition owners were given a 96-page book entitled The Cars of Motorsport 4, and it was presented by Top Gear, and it was written by the editors of the Top Gear magazine, and it is the exact description of the cars that Jeremy Clarkson narrates from using the Top Gear section found within the Auto Vista feature of the game. Forza Motorsport 5 is the 2013 racing game that was developed by Turn 10 Studios and published by Microsoft for the Xbox One series of consoles. The game was released on November 22nd as a launch title. The game was revealed on May 21st, 2013 during an Xbox reveal event. Jeremy Clarkson, who was featured in the previous installment of Forza Motorsport 4, has returned to narrate alongside James May and Richard Hammond, who co-presented alongside Jeremy in Top Gear. The narration was used for game commentary when choosing a new event, championship, or league. It is the 5th Forza Motorsport installment, the 6th overall installment in the Forza series, and it was the first installment for Xbox One. The game ships with over 200 cars from 50 manufacturers. It includes 17 circuits. There are normally car packs monthly that were introduced with the game if you subscribed or purchased them. Each pack included 10 cards, with each car available to buy as DLC. 8 months after the game was installed, the possibility of new tracks such as the Nürburgring being available to purchase after the DLC was considered, but instead Turn 10 released the new tracks as free content, and those included Road America, Long Beach, and the Nürburgring, the Silverstone, and the fictional Bernese Alps circuit based on the Swiss Alps were carried over from Forza Motorsport 4. The game runs at 1080p 60 FPS. It can be up converted to 4K with later versions, and it runs even better now today. The limited edition day one version of Forza Motorsport was perhaps a step backwards, though the release of Forza Motorsport 5 was hailed in many ways to be revolutionary. However, the day one limited edition only included the day one limited edition car pack, the limited edition car pack, the VIP membership, 1,250 car tokens, some logo stickers, and a plain but very nice steelbook with a cardboard slip sleeve. And just as a reminder, the steelbook for this particular offering is not complete without the cardboard slip sleeve. Forza Motorsport 6 is the 2015 entry in the Forza Motorsport series. As always, it was developed by Turn 10 Studios and published by Microsoft Studios, and it was developed for the Xbox One. It is the 6th Forza Motorsport title and 8th overall installment in the Forza series. After being made available on September 15th, Turn 10 also released Forza Motorsport 6 Apex, a free-to-play version for Windows 10. It was released on September 6th, and thus making it the first time a Forza title was released for play on Windows PCs. The Forza Motorsport 6 features a variety of new gameplay elements, such as rain or night racing, which returned from previous versions of Forza Motorsport. It also featured a brand new story mode called Stories of Forza Motorsport, which offered approximately 70 hours of gameplay. Forza Motorsport 6 features more than 450 cars, twice that number of cars that were in Forza Motorsport 5, and 27 tracks in all, of which 7 are new to the game, along with returning favorites. The game runs at a solid 1080p at 60 FPS, with later enhancements to the game offering far better frame performance and resolution for Xbox One X owners. Microsoft announced that the Forza Motorsport 6 would not have a limited edition. Instead, they opted to focus on the 10-year anniversary of Forza Motorsport by offering a limited edition Xbox One console further at the Ford conference in San Francisco. The console was the first custom-made console from Xbox with a racing theme and featured a custom blue racing controller and racing stripes and motif with an automotive sound effect when you press the on button. It also included a digital copy of the Forza 6 Motorsport game. The matching controller was available separately and sold only at Microsoft stores. I believe actually only by ordering it mail order through their website. Also, while the controllers are not really rare, it is uncommon to find the controllers in good condition. Microsoft and Turn 10 also opted not to release a Steelbook version in North America, but instead offered a physical version called the 10-year anniversary edition, while those in Australia were treated to a Australian exclusive Steelbook edition that features the Australian touring car series. Both editions include similar downloadable content, but the lack of Steelbook does make the Australian version the desirable version if you can manage to find one. Forza Motorsport 7 was released in 2017, developed by Turn 10 Studios and published by Microsoft Studios. This serves as the 10th installment in the Forza series. It was released on Windows 10 and the Xbox One family of consoles on October 3rd, 2017, with early access to players who ordered the game's Ultimate or Deluxe editions in either digital for the Deluxe edition or physical for the Ultimate edition. All the cars from Forza Motorsport 6 and fictional street circuits such as Dubai and a number of other circuits from Forza Motorsport 4, including Maple Valley and Suzuka, have made the cut to Forza Motorsport 7. Dynamic weather, as seen in previous Forza Horizon titles, and customable drivers also make the list in Forza Motorsport 7. Interestingly, Forza Motorsport 7 was developed by Turn 10 Studios alongside the Xbox One X console, with Turn 10 providing the Microsoft Xbox hardware team with a variety of feedback, while the hardware team supplied Turn 10 with prototype Xbox One X units so that Turn 10 was able to get their Forza Tech demo in the system within 2 days after receiving the prototype console to run at 4K 60 frames a second, while running at 1080p on similar base frame rates on older Xbox One models. Forza Motorsport 7 brought its Ultimate Edition back with a brand new Porsche 911 GTS2 RS themed Steelbook. In addition to the Steelbook, Forza Motorsport 7 Ultimate Edition buyers also got the Forza Motorsport 7 Car Pack, the Forza Motorsport 7 VIP Pass, the Forza Motorsport 7 Day 1 Car Drop, and the ability to have early access to the game. It actually may go down in history as the last special edition offered in physical for Forza Motorsport. Forza Motorsport is the 2023 release of the Forza Motorsport series, developed by Turn 10 Studios and published by Microsoft Game Studios. It is the 13th installment for the Forza Motorsport series. Although it's really only the 8th Forza Motorsport title, it has been termed as a reboot for the Forza Motorsport series, while many people believe that this will be Turn 10's ability to move into a live service model for Forza Motorsport. Forza Motorsport at launch will feature more than 500 vehicles, 800 upgrades, as 20 new tracks. Over 100 of these will be new to the series, while many of them will be returning favorites from earlier Forza Motorsport games. The game is targeted to deliver 4K 60 FPS, and it can do that as well as run in other game modes as well. Forza Motorsport was announced at the Xbox Showcase in 2020. It experienced a long wait to get here. Forza Motorsport was previously set for a spring release, but later on it was moved to a 2023 launch window. Early access to the game arrived on October 5th, 2023 for all Premium Edition and Premium Add-on Bundle owners, with the full game releasing on October 10th. Turn 10 described Forza now as an evolving racing platform, meaning that they will support the game by adding new cars and events monthly and new tracks being added at regular intervals. As for the physical release, much to the dismay and happiness of many Forza enthusiasts, the decision by Microsoft just to offer a standard green cased disc for the standard edition of the game met with a lot of displeasure. The physical edition of the game includes no additional content. Buyers seeking the regular Forza benefits for VIP and car packs are forced into digital options, or they have the option of buying the deluxe add-on, which gives you all these options for those who buy the physical version of the disc. Many believe that Forza Motorsport is moving to a long-term live service model, and for the time being, this could be part of the decision not to offer any physical collectors or limited editions. At least for the time being, Turn 10 doesn't feel that there's value in doing this, or this could just be a Microsoft decision to move further away from physical media.
So there you have it, Forza Motorsport. I gotta say, it's an interesting ride, isn't it? I mean, look at how we progressed from the original OG Xbox to the Series X, and look at the fantastic differences in graphics. Now, one thing I will say is, we didn't progress very well in collector's editions. As things have progressed over time, now we're down to a bare bones release with just a disc. That's it, just a disc, folks. And this release of Forza Motorsport probably is the best release of Forza Motorsport so far. However, a lot of people are panning it. And, you know, I don't really know that there's a reason to pan it. It is a lot of what people have asked for. And simply put, you know, the lack of the collector's edition, I think, is more about the lack of physical media in general in the future than it is about leaving people out. I just think that a collector's edition for a game with such a rich heritage is almost critical to helping the game's success and keeping fans engaged. It's a very big disappointment that we didn't get a collector's edition this time around. And I hope next time Forza will think about it and Turn 10 and Microsoft and all the powers that be, including Dan and Phil, and they say, hey, you know what? We really should do a collector's edition for our physical release because it is something special. And I do think that that is something that they will hear, but it's hard to say if it will make any difference. But what I do know is I will keep driving my cars in Forza and enjoying it. My name's Barbs. Thank you for taking this look back at Forza with me, and I appreciate it if you would subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.